This is Boston Lanka News, bringing you news, views and entertainment.
Before I went to Sri Lanka, people came to know that I am going to Sri Lanka. They have warned me that there will be white van waiting for me at the airport. So when I went and landed, I saw a lot of white vans outside the Katanak airport. I was thinking this came to take me out. And I asked my friend, what's this all about, white van? And they said this is a normal thing here, all the vans are white.
No blood for panties. Campaign in America to boycott Sri Lankan products. Harvard, oldest education institution in the United States. Issue of Sarath Fonseca's green card. Sri Lankan Supreme Court to decide.
The TNA is now supporting Sarath Fonseca, who was the commander in Jaffna for the last 20 years, and he's the one who did all the atrocities for the Tamil people in Jaffna. And now we are trying to promote him as our leader. The world is going to laugh at the Tamil people, because if we are bringing an international, Tamil diaspora is trying to bring a war crimes case against government as well as Sarath Fonseca. How can we support Sarath Fonseca at the same time supporting him?
Sridharan Thilayampalam moved to Massachusetts in 1970s and with his two brothers turned their dining room into an international headquarters for the struggle to create a homeland for the ethnic Tamil minority in Sri Lanka. Sridharan and his brothers not only knew leaders like Indira Gandhi, but also became known to well-known American politicians, former House Speaker Tip O'Neill, late Senator Edward Kennedy, and Senator John Kerry. Sridharan is a key organizer of the group, US Tamils for Mahinda. Sridharan spoke to the Boston Lanka about his work in supporting Mahinda Rajapaksa.
Most of the refugees, IDPs, have been released, and Thisanayam has been released on bail, and the doctors who have been there have been released. So these are things gave me confidence, and I came back from Colombo and spoke to a few people, Tamils in USA, and they agreed that we must give more support to Mahinda Rajapaksa so that when he come back next time, we'll be able to work with him and get our demands, our solutions done.
Sridharan, I understand that in your recent visit to Sri Lanka, you visited some of the IDP camps. Could you please share some of your experience with our viewers?
I went to Vanni, that's where the IDP camps. I was able to go by bus from Jaffna to Vanni, and where all the IDP camps were situated. I visited a few camps there and interacted with the people, refugees, and they said originally first they had a lot of difficulties finding water, food, accommodation. Later the government changed they were able to give more food and water and everything. They were getting comfortable.
Sridharan always promote better dialogue and understanding between Sinhalese community and Tamil community in Boston. Could you please share your vision with Boston Lanka viewers, Sridharan?
Yes, I have always wanted to get together with the Sinhalese community in Boston and other parts of the country, and we have been meeting several times, and I'm very happy that I was able to meet with them and explain this Tamil side of the story, and they understand now. They are coming together, and we want that to be happening in Sri Lanka also. When we Tamils and Sinhalese get together here, that will reflect in Sri Lanka also.
Thank you, Sridharan.
Thank you very much for interviewing me at this time.
Boycott Sri Lanka. US-based human rights group has released its second episode, No Blood for Panties.
When I took her panties off and I checked the label, I noticed that it
Like,
said
he's
made
so
in Sri
into
Lanka.
it. I mean, you know, and once the panties started to come off, I mean, his face just goes blank.
Jane, do you know where the panties come from?
Did you know your panties were made in Sri Lanka?
I don't even know where Sri Lanka is.
No Blood for Panties is part of a campaign to encourage Americans to boycott products made in Sri Lanka. According to the Boycott Sri Lanka representative, Anjali Manivannan, this is a shocking new way to spread awareness about grave human rights violations. Sri Lanka is one of the biggest suppliers of undergarments to the Victoria's Secret. According to Victoria's Secret sources, 55 million of the 70 million Victoria's Secret panties made every year come from Sri Lanka. No Blood for Panties is an attempt, as Michael O'Rourke, who directed the series, explains, to get viewers to check the label and boycott products made in Sri Lanka. Harvard University in Cambridge, Massachusetts, which celebrated its 350th anniversary in 1986, is the oldest institution of higher education in the United States. In 2009, Harvard has enrolled about 4,100 international students from about 145 countries in the world. China has the most number of students, about 460. There are a small number of Sri Lankan students at Harvard, and recently they have formed a Sri Lankan association in Harvard. Sarath Kongahage, one of the presidential candidates, has filed a petition with the Supreme Court of Sri Lanka challenging the validity of accepting Sarath Fonseca's nominations to be a presidential candidate. According to Kongahage, in the event of the election of Sarath Fonseca as president of this country, it will bring far-reaching consequences to the governance of Sri Lanka in allowing the introduction of foreign influence to the nation's highest executive bodies, as he has pledged his allegiance to the United States of America by obtaining the permanent residency. Some political observers point out that this is a politically motivated action since Mr. Kongahage supports Mahinda Rajapaksa. We end this news edition with a political commentary written by Dr. Trishantha Nanayakkara at King's College London, published in the Sri Lanka Guardian magazine. The past war has transformed all Sri Lankans who suffered from the war. I hope it transformed the minds of these two main candidates who were directly steering the war effort, and they attained maturity to go beyond egoistic claims to the war victory to serve the needs of a peaceful society, one where harmonious change can take place without oppression. That's all for now. Until we meet again with another edition, goodbye.